Hi guys, this is Jason here with you guys, and today we are going to break down the Pac-12 conference as a whole. Are they going to get a playoff team in? Where's the team's going to finish? And talk about some key players, key coaches, and key games out of conference and in the conference that the teams have to battle for one and battle for the Pac-12. Pac-12 title game is in Santa Clara, first week of December, I believe. The Pac-12 was won by USC last year, 31-28 over Stanford. It was a very good game in Santa Clara last year. USC, we all know, had that Cotton Bowl failure. As a conference last year, the Pac-12 went 1-6 in the bowl games. Utah is the only one to win a bowl game last year, and that was against West Virginia in the Dallas Cable, something like that. So, but this conference has a lot of Power 5 teams going up against each other. We have the non-conference schedule. We all know Notre Dame plays Stanford and USC out of the Pac-12. USC hosts Notre Dame just before conference title game, and Stanford goes to Notre Dame after Stanford comes to Oregon. That's going to be something really interesting. Can they go 2-0 during that stretch, 1-1 or 1-2? I think they go 1-1. They beat Oregon or they beat Notre Dame on that 2-game road trip. USC, talking about USC real quick. USC no back-to-back home games for them this year. They either play a home or away or 2 road games or 1 out, but no back-to-back home games for them. USC plays Texas in week 2 in Austin. Washington plays Auburn week 1. Oregon State goes to Oregon State goes to Ohio State week 1. North Carolina comes to Cal week 1 as well. 2 Colorado and Nebraska, an old Big 12 rivalry and Big 8 rivalry. Colorado goes to Nebraska. Michigan State, a sleeper in the Big 10, they go to Arizona State this year. And UCLA goes to Oklahoma as well too. A lot of Power 5 versus Power 5 teams. I know Notre Dame's not a Power 5, but they do get mixed up with the Power 5s as well too. Let's talk about the questions in the Pac-12 that I thought of. Who's going to be USC's quarterback? They have Matt Flink, sophomore, JT Daniels, a true freshman. I think eventually JT Daniels will get that job and take it and run with it. Whenever USC is transition into quarterback, they usually get off to a slow start, a 1-2 start, and which could happen. They play UNLV week 1, and they go to Texas, and they go to Stanford too in the 3 weeks. So it could be a slow start for USC. I do have USC winning the Pac-12 South. I think USC has the most talent across the board in defense, offensive linemen, and defensive linemen. They're always a very talented team. I have USC Arizona finishing second in that conference. I have Utah finishing third. I have UCLA finishing fourth. That might be a surprise, but if Chip Kelly could have even a little bit of success in the first year, I see UCLA struggling that the first part of the season, and as soon as they get it going, UCLA could win at some ball games in a row. After UCLA, I have Colorado and Arizona State finishing last. I just think Ahmed was being out of college coaching for a while. Being out of college coaching for a while, it's going to really hurt him. I do like the quarterback down at ASU. Manny Wilkins, I believe his name is. But the South is wide open. You could make a case for Utah. You definitely could make a case with Arizona. I do like Khalil Tate. He's a fun quarterback to watch. But can the Kevin at something win in November? He was 4-18 in November at Texas A&M. That has to change. Yeah, his November this year is very easable than versus and November in the SEC, but he has to win the games down at the stretch. Arizona goes to Washington State in November, which I believe it's going to be a cold game. Arizona kids don't like the cold and whatnot. That should be an interesting ball game. Let's break down the North real quick. I have Stanford winning the North behind Washington. Oregon at third. Washington Cal finishing fourth, and Washington State and Oregon State finishing out that division. I think Stanford has the best running back in the country, and Bryce Love, he can. He could definitely be in New York. If you're a Heisman contender and you're in the Pac-12 or rest of the Mississippi, you could be in the Mountain West and whatnot, and you have to be in the profile games. USC Stanford, Oregon could be undefeated to win. They come to Eugene. Oregon should be their non-conference is weak. And Stanford plays Notre Dame. That's also a marquee game. If Washington has the season that everybody else expects Washington to have, people think that Washington's only going to lose to Auburn. I don't think that. I think they will trip up somewhere, and it's always going to be the game that we're not thinking about. Last year was Arizona State. Could it be Oregon? I don't think Oregon's going to beat Washington. But I think that game's going to be closer than what it has been in the past couple of years. With Cal's a team that is really interesting. They have the most players back there. Return pretty much everybody on offense and the defense. Their running back, Lard, is a really good running back. You want to pick him first in the Pac-12 running back class, but if you didn't got him, you would have a good running back. And balance. Cal had that big win on a Friday night, Washington State. Those non-conference games, those weeknight games, especially on the road, is really a tricky game. But my thing with Cal, before I believe in the Cal, is can they beat the good teams? I'm talking about an Oregon, a Washington, a USC. They haven't beat USC for a while. I don't even think Aaron Rodgers beat USC when Aaron Rodgers was at Cal. Cal's a very good team. The way I describe Cal, Cal's not going to be a team that blows anybody away. But if you're always looking for a game during the Pac-12 season, I think put on a Cal game, you'll be very, very pleased with it, because I think Cal's going to be in a lot of close games. Now, I don't see anybody blowing Cal out. It's going to be a full quarter game. They have Oregon coming to them. They have Stanford. And I believe they have Washington coming to them. So if they could protect home and house and go 2-1 against those teams, Cal's right up there in the north. Washington State, I might call it now. I think this may be the last year with Mike Leach. With Mike Leach in his career, when he has a first year starter in his offense, it takes him a while to get going. And it takes a while, a full season to learn that offense. The air raid that Mike Leach runs, it really takes a while. It could be a long season in Pullman. It could be a 4-8 or a 5-7 season. And they lose their defense coordinator, Alex Grissom, to Ohio State. I think that's the biggest loss to an offensive coordinator to a team. I know Washington lost their offensive coordinator, but I don't think that's a big loss that people think. But it could be. It's losing an offensive coordinator. OSU, Oregon State. Yeah. It's going to be a long year in the Corvallis Beaver fans know this. But with teams that come up to Oregon State, especially a night game, Corvallis is always a tricky place to play. I'm not saying that they're going to upset anyone, but they're going to play people tough. My belief is you're going to have to play full quarters to win. But with Oregon State's case, they're always going to play with grit. They always beat Stanford. Could be a questionable call. I know Beavers fans think this questionable non-call at the end of the game. I'm not going to get into this, but they lost to Stanford at 17-15. Ryan fumbles the ball when Oregon State's trying to close it out. I think that's the biggest reason that they lost the game, but I just lost the game. So, another coach that I think that it's going to be on the hot seat, I think it's Clay Helton. I really think if USC doesn't win the division, I think Clay Helton's gone. Because for USC, UCLA just hired a better coach than Clay Helton. Okay, Chip Kelly's a way better coach, way better college coach than Clay Helton. And now Helton's just gone to the Rose Bowl and the Cotton Bowl, but has not played in a playoff game. USC expects a playoff game. In my opinion, I think Chip Kelly's the best coach in the Pac-12. Pac-12 South. Pac-12 South, not the Pac-12. Pac-12 North coaches with Peterson and David Shaw and Chris. I want to say Cristobal's a good coach, quite yet he has to prove himself first. So that's the preview for me. I think the Pac-12 North will get won by Stanford. I think USC wins the Pac-12 South, just because USC is the only team I get to trust. I can't trust Arizona, can't trust Utah. Utah never gets consistent play of the quarterback. Utah started 4-0 and finished 3-6 last year. So it's going to be an unprecedented season. It's going to be a good season. Never a night off in the Pac-12. Have big time games against Power 5 teams, and it's going to be a fun season. Am I going to be right? Probably not. Am I going to be wrong? More than likely. But I like talking about football, and this is it. Pac-12 preview. Like I said, USC wins the South, Stanford wins the North. I have Stanford winning the Pac-12, but no playoff. So once again, my name's Ben and Jason. Have a great night, and I'll have another conference preview for you guys up in the next 48 hours. So have a great night, and go Ducks.